And it now starts with the Wanderer's silly little laugh. Lovely.
I feel like this one should have instead of the usual bubble bath music, it should have like more sexy music.
Oh, yeah.
Some saxophone.
Crack out song from Leisure Suit Larry.
Right. I will make that happen. Anyway, good evening. Welcome everyone to Amuse Douche. It is the show that is now all about reading erotic fan fiction written by AIs of our favorite adventure games, no less.
Horn if you're honky.
Yeah, horn if you're. By the way, I mean, I'm just gonna put this out right now. If you are, as I said in the last episode, if you are listening to this on a bus or at the bus stop, or on top of a bus. Actually, you might get away with the last one, but this is on you, because things are going to get weird and spicy here, and we're just going to put a disclaimer out. This is not safe for work, life, or happiness. Right, so with that underway, let's get going. We've got Grundislav, Ikifoo, Resulka, the Wanderer, a pair of dishes clattering in the background, and also Avoozl.
I put my mug down, sorry.
So,
In
shock and awe and disgust. Speaking of all three, first up is Grundislav with his story. Take it away, sir.
Are you ready? I don't think anything can prepare you for this.
I am
ready.
I'm as undressed as I can be.
I apologize in advance for this. Alexander had defeated the dragon and untied Rosella from the stake. Oh, who are you? Rosella inquired. I'm your brother, Alexander, said Gwydion. If that's true, you must have a cute little birthmark that Mom always talked about.
On your ass.
Alexander reluctantly lowered his pants and revealed their...
That's where it is.
And
She didn't
revealed
even
their
ask.
Hang on, let me... I'm just getting into this.
Okay, sorry.
It's fine. Alexander reluctantly lowered his pants and revealed their naked, sexier parts. He grabbed a hand... He grabbed a handful of Rosella's hard...
Didn't see it coming.
Okay, sure.
And rubbed it against the tiny pink lips before fondling every inch of her body and f***ing her with his big hard penis. He wanted
Wait, what? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I guess.
This writer has only vaguely heard of sex, like in passing.
The AI is
He
not
wanted-
really comfortable.
Oh, shit.
He wanted desperately to be inside of this naughty little girl as deep and rough and strong as Rosella can imagine. For the next 15 minutes, he massaged her with his thumbs, but she couldn't resist him. She took her hands off her legs and rubbed her body against his. His tongue was buried in her little. His mouth smothered his soft nipples.
He's a brother and sister.
Or what?
The Game of Thrones theme needs to be playing while he's reading.
He had a very long tongue. And when he couldn't hold back anymore, he slid 2 fingers into her little. They licked her, forcing her to thrust back and forth with all her force upon her husband's.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Finally, she came, and Alexander let her rest on the floor, completely naked, with her face buried in. And then it ends.
Oh God, not now! We're so close.
No.
But incidentally, these are brothers and sisters. I hope everyone was on board with that.
Yes. Well.
Yes.
When you say on board,
Yeah.
no.
No, not. Well, that is a strong start. I'll have to give that. Well,
What, are we getting scores on these now?
Not really. No, I just really
They're
wanted.
all negative.
Yeah.
The points don't matter.
This is how we keep the soup moist. So I mean, from the
Glub indeed.
yeah, from those seething, throbbing, incestuous plains, we move over to Scotland, where this is, of course, all perfectly normal.
Yep.
Ikifoo, what have you got for us?
Tears.
Don't blame you. Don't blame you.
Laverne shouted, "Give it to me, Bernard!"
Oh God. could you,
I keep
man?
breaking people with the first line. Jesus. That's when an excited Martin got to him, then slapped his head. And then there was the part that Martin said, as though he could barely stand, where Martin's face was like the picture of joy. He said to the boy, "You'll make me feel like a man," and the two were kissing. And then Martin was gone, leaving a big gaping hole in his left arm.
What?
All of this happened in the same week that Martin O'Brien, the man known in Irish rugby as the man who got his knuckle in the end zone to win the 2013 IRFU Championship, was given a 3-year contract by the IBD. He has been in the job about 10 years, and while he has no professional football background, he would be one of Ireland's best outside backs in the game today. The irony, of course,
noteworthy.
was made apparent when Martin O'Brien, as well, when in a conversation with RTE's Alan Jones, he was asked if he was excited to sign for Cork. O'Brien, who is currently recovering from shoulder surgery, replied, sure, why not? In fact, I know of only one person who is excited about signing for Cork, and that comes to us from Sam Hughes.
What did that have to do with Laverne and Bernard?
Damn
No, Martin took over.
I went with it.
I was like really into this, and then you just yanked it away and started. No, fuck it, we're talking rugby now. All right, Resulka, you need to get this back on track.
All right,
On the wrong side of the
I hope
tracks.
you're all ready.
I am.
Laura always loved the Scarlet Furies. Styles said as he railed passionate Patty in her tight round butthole. My passion is tingling. Patty squealed as her roiled around his hard member. God damn it, these tits are so sexy. He moaned into the meat between his legs as her tongue lapped and licked the tip of his.
What's that,
I love
Mom?
the smell
No,
of
I'm coming.
He moaned. When the oh god. I hope my mother doesn't come out in this moment.
Oh my god.
Juices are flowing up and down my legs and up my ass and down my chest. Laura always loved the taste of butt juice.
I fucking knew it.
This is the
Patty moaned
thirstiest
at
AI
the
I've
side
ever
of-
come across.
Patty moaned at the side of his sweet butthole. And if anything ever happened to her, we would both need to lick her. David kissed all
why
over
not?
the sweet. David kissed all over the sweet flesh and sucked it up before sliding down the soft, wet belly button of the sexy blonde. Where'd the blonde come from? He ran his hands down her.
Clearly.
He ran his hands. Oh no, wait. Laura was a blonde.
Oh, that's true.
He ran his hands down
Is that really the
her
detail
neck
we're focusing
softly.
on?
Yes, softly, before sliding in. Oh god,
Continuity.
it's so fucking hot, he explained, as he looked straight into Laura's dead eyes.
Oh, that took a turn.
Yeah, it did.
Oh my god.
That must have been a real nasty pain in the ass. David sighed as he got her panties back on, and then went looking for the other part of the porn movie. He then went to his room to watch more. At long last, David decided to get completely out of the kitchen.
Dave,
With a maid was.
what the fuck did you do to Laura, man?
The blue tiles, David!
The title of this episode needs to be Laura Always Loved Butt Juice.
I'm not sure we're
The
able to
taste of
upload
butt
that.
juice. It
let
has to be
alone-
the taste of
Oh,
butt
the taste
Oh,
of
yeah.
butt juice, right. I forgot that important detail.
Jesus
God.
Christ. I mean,
Oh, I'm crying.
I feel a little better about mine now.
I mean,
Mine's
Jesus.
got ghost.
Oh my god. I'll be right back. I need to, like, wash my eyes out because they're burning with salt.
Yeah, I'm a bit salty as well. Good God, am I salty?
Oh, good lord.
Yeah. Well, this can't possibly get any worse, can
while
it?
we're waiting for him to get back so we can read trolls, I actually have another one. It's short. That is Tim Matchin. Tim Matchin's first time.
Bonus story.
Yeah. Tim cowered in the corner. I've never done this before, Jessica. It'll be over before you know it, cooed Jessica as she his rock hard manhood. You're just no good at saying no. Tim's voice broke as he said, I'll try to keep your pleasure high. So can I? Jessica's heart arched at the thought of a little in that hot. The thought of... the thought of from her own mouth was like a fire making her sweat profusely. I suppose so, Matchin whispered as he started to suck Jessica's wetness off.
Oh no, I
the
missed
taste
the
of my nibbles.
I missed the synergist one.
It's short. It's a short one. It's Tim's first time. He was not sure though. The taste of as he licked away from her made his mouth water. They do feel nice, do they not? She asked. Yes, Tim said after a moment of thinking. It's nice. After Jessica had finished off the last of Tim Matchin's, Tim slid open the box of lube and pulled out a condom. That's it.
Well, at least they're practicing safe sex.
Yeah, after they've done it.
Yeah.
Well...
Oh, forgot I had this.
Tim's not the most worldly man.
Yeah. Right, my turn.
I see
Oh, boy.
you. Me. And I hope you've got a notepad because this goes on for a while.
All right. So, my turn. This one, of course, cobbles together two of the most celebrated adventure game protagonist heroes of all time into one fantastically moist erotic fanfiction.
One beast with two backs.
Oh. Larry Laffer used the unsip verb to take off his pants, revealing his tiny dick to Roger Wilco, who couldn't believe what he was seeing. He was shocked to see that Laffer's wasn't hard, but just warm and moist. He loves the said Wilco. After a few minutes, Laffer's girlfriend, the lovely Lisa, was talking to Laffer when Wilco walked in with his dick. He grabbed her hand and pulled her up into the air. They walked over to the couch and started kissing while she watched Laffer's huge dick and slowly started to thrust forward. While Lisa, her mouth full of hair, watched and got wild excited. She started talking to people about the guy and how much they liked him as he did whatever he wanted and was no joke. Wilco got out of his pants and got down on the couch. Lisa started talking to her friend. Why don't we get out? Lisa and Wilco got ready for their evening, a nice dinner and all. As they were eating with Lisa, Laffer was getting off his started to stroke it. Here we go, he said. Lisa pulled her hand away from Laffer's. Oh my god! Lucky me, smiled Wilco.
Oh god.
Nothing we've said so far is photogenic, and I can only imagine the background video you're going to put on behind this.
Oh boy.
Smoldering embers,
Oh,
velvet drapes. Yeah, I think we need the Wanderer to get us really hot and heavy.
Yeah, look.
Wait, is that a sentence that just escaped my lips? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, it was. I'm gonna get us hot and heavy, but I'm also gonna give us like a creepy Lost Crown vibe here.
Are we already there?
Creepier than Daventry incest?
We'll see. So, Nigel Danvers was recording ghostly EVPs in the church at Northfield when suddenly the ghost stripped off his pants violently.
I'm pretty sure there are fanfictions out like that.
The next few minutes were eerie.
I bet they were.
Oh, bless me.
Danvers was terrified, and he began screaming, "What just happened?" He was told that he was in a nightmare, and his wife, Marianne, a friend of his, was at home.
Okay.
A nurse who came down to listen for a heartbeat quickly concluded that Danvers was not dreaming of the supple ghostly breasts, and at last, his undergarments were removed.
Ooh. Here we go.
When the two got home, Danvers' wife was there. He was distraught. He said he was told to ignore his naked and seductive ghost wife. However, he did not.
How could he?
Danvers was asked what the hell had happened. I could see somebody. It came back with two hands, he said. His wife, Marianne, a friend of his, was frightened and asked him to get out of the home. He replied that she was right. After the next few minutes were a blur of noise in the tiny half-century church. Danvers tried to ignore it, but as he looked around, he saw that the walls were covered with the breasts of the churchgoers. The ceiling, the floors, the walls
Holy shit.
were all covered in sticky ooze from the aftermath of the orgy. The altar.
What?
The altar floor was covered with blackened candles. The sanctuary covered with exhausted bodies. And there was a bloodstain next to the altar, which stained the stolen pants.
Wow, it came full circle.
It did.
The ghost stole his pants at the beginning. And then they were there on the altar.
How the fuck did they
Wow.
get tits on the walls? Did they
That's
lob them
actually
off
really
and glue
well-
them there?
That's really well written.
Were the rest of the women attached to it, or what happened?
Oh god.
He was told to ignore his naked ghost wife as well, but he did not.
No.
He
Because
didn't.
his wife
That
was a
his
friend of his.
downfall. Yes.
Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
ignore your friends after all.
Marianne, his wife, a friend of his.
I mean, this can obviously only go in one direction, and that is down, down, down. And yes, down under, in fact, because we can't get enough Australians on this channel. Avoozl has graciously promised to enlighten us with his tale, which shall unfold before us currently.
Okay. Roger Wilco after killing Sharpay, saving Stella, and being restored to normal size, resumes his janitorial duties on the Deep Space 86. After losing his job on the Deep Ship 86, he takes on his janitorial duties on the other deep ship as well until he becomes a janitor for a new vessel that is coming to deep space. Having lost his job there, he is hired to restore the Deep Shipping 85. He and
Somebody used
He
copy
and
and
the
paste
group-
when writing their CV.
he and a group of janitors from the Journey to the West encounter the original deep ship on Ganymede shortly after the ship is shot down. They are saved by a crew member in a ship from Earth named Zephyr, whose actions helped him restore the Deep Shipping 86. But
Is that even the one
shortly
that got
after
shot
being
down?
shot down, he helps them aboard. The ship is able to reach them because they are in an alternate world. Sergeant Stu finds out was sent to repair the Deep Shipping 85 when JT Jones finds out the Zephyr was sent to repair the deep ship. When Dr. Leonard Daniels goes to the planet where his original ship was found. When one of the crew members in the Deep Ship 80 starts to attack the ship he saves, the current captain, and he saves the two other crew members on board the USS Enterprise and is able to return home. The crew members leave. I don't get any of that.
And then there was a night with Troy.
That was the weirdest TV trope summary I've ever heard.
I was about to say how many of these ships are there, but the answer is obviously at least 86.
Yeah. What a shame it wasn't Ship 69.
That's got to be in there somewhere. We know. So that was a thrilling romp. I just want to check everyone's moisture level before we go. Mine is about an 86%. Everyone else
You know
seems
the answer. Mine's 69.
I'm at morning dew level.
morning dew level. Ikifoo is
I'm
misty,
at,
I would suppose.
I don't know where I am right now, but I'm never going to sleep again. I know that much.
I'm at the misty tears burning my face level.
The misty, salty tears.
Yes.
So with that lovely image in mind, I think we shall all go and have a nice wash. And I'll
Nothing. Not enough soap in the world.
not enough soap in the world. Well, thank you so much for listening to this depravity, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
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 Club club.
Bye.